Ancient Egypt, a place of towering pyramids, enigmatic temples, and gods who presided over every element of life and death. For thousands of years, the Egyptians worshipped strong deities, thinking they controlled everything, from the rising of the sun to the destiny of the dead. But who were these gods? What secrets did they hold? And how did they shape one of the greatest civilizations in history? In this video, we'll explore the 11 most powerful Egyptian gods and goddesses, their intriguing tales, and the enduring influence they left on the globe. Get ready to enter into a realm when gods walked among men, and stories were born. Let's explore each of these gods in detail. 1. Osiris. Osiris, one of the most prominent deities in ancient Egypt, was regarded as the deity of the underworld. For the agricultural success of Egypt, his personification included death, resurrection, and the Nile's annual flooding. As to ancient sources, Osiris was a monarch of Egypt who was deceived, assassinated, and dismembered by his jealous brother, Seth. Horus was conceived after his loving wife Isis meticulously collected his bones and brought him back to life. A common representation of Osiris in art portrays him as a mummified ruler, his hands and face shrouded in burial cloths, his green skin showing through. 2. Isis. The origins of Isis remain obscure, since she is neither related to any one location, nor is she explicitly referenced in the oldest Egyptian scriptures. However, her prominence expanded with time, and she finally became the most respected goddess in the Egyptian pantheon. As the loving wife who resurrected Osiris after his murder and reared their son, Horus, Isis epitomized the ideal attributes of an Egyptian wife and mother. As the spouse of the underworld deity, Isis had a major part in burial ceremonies. Alongside her sister Nephthys, she functioned as a heavenly mourner, and her motherhood was thought to extend to the souls of the departed. Isis was one of the last ancient Egyptian goddesses to be extensively revered. In the Greco-Roman period, she was identified with the Greek goddess Aphrodite, and her influence stretched as far west as Britain and as far east as Afghanistan. Many academics think that pictures of Isis carrying the newborn Horus may have influenced Christian portrayals of Mary with the infant Jesus. 3. Horus, typically represented as a falcon or a man with a falcon's head, was a sky deity linked with battle and hunting. He also symbolizes heavenly kingship, and at times the governing pharaoh was seen as his earthly manifestation. According to the story of Osiris, Horus was the son of Isis and Osiris, created by magic after Osiris was slain by his brother, Seth. Horus was determined to avenge his father's death. The tale relates that after his fight with Seth, Horus lost his left eye, but the deity Thoth eventually restored it. Since Horus's right and left eyes were related to the sun and the moon, respectively, this tale provided an explanation for the moon's phases. 4. Seth, the god of chaos, violence, deserts, and storms, had a crucial part in the Osiris myth as the killer of Osiris. In other tales, he deceives Osiris into sleeping in a coffin before sealing it shut. The emergence of Seth remains an enigma for Egyptologists. He is commonly represented as an animal or a person with an animal's head, yet no known creature fits his traits. He generally has a large nose, squared-off ears, a slim dog-like body, and a straight tail with a tuft at the end. Many researchers now feel that the Seth animal is not based on a genuine species, but is instead a legendary composite. 5. Ptah was the principal deity of a triad of gods worshipped at Memphis. His celestial family comprised his wife Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess, and Nefertem, who is thought to have been their son. Originally, Ptah was connected with craftsmanship and building. His influence was so great that the 4th dynasty builder Imhotep was subsequently deified as his son after death. Some academics argue that the Greek term aiguptos the basis of the current name Egypt, may have arisen from Huatkop Ta, the name of one of Ta's holy temples. Sixth Re, one of the major deities linked with the sun, was generally represented with a human body and the head of a hawk. According to Egyptian religion, he journeyed across the sky in a solar boat each day and dropped into the underworld each night, where he had to vanquish the snake deity Apophis to rise again at dawn. The worship of Re was concentrated in Heliopolis, a place now part of modern-day Cairo. Over time, he fused with other sun deities, most notably Amon, producing the mighty composite deity Amon-Re. 7. Hathor. The goddess Hathor was commonly represented as a cow, a woman with a cow's head, or a woman with cow's ears. She symbolizes maternity and fertility and was considered to be a protector of women during delivery. Hathor also played a prominent part in funeral beliefs and was regarded as the Lady of the West, since tombs were often erected on the Nile's western bank. In other traditions, she greeted the sinking sun each evening, representing the way the departed wished to be ushered into the afterlife. 8. Anubis was the deity of burial ceremonies and the guardian of the deceased. He was generally represented as a jackal or a man with a jackal's head. His association with death possibly came from the occurrence of jackals around cemeteries, where they were observed scavenging. During the Old Kingdom, circa 2575 to 2130 BCE, before Osiris became the king of the underworld, Anubis was considered ace chief god of the dead. According to the Osiris myth, he embalmed and wrapped Osiris's corpse, establishing himself as the patron deity of embalmers. 9. Thoth, the deity of writing and knowledge, might be represented in the shape of a baboon or a holy ibis, or as a man with the head of an ibis. He was supposed to have originated language and hieroglyphic writing and to act as a scribe and counsel for the gods. As the deity of wisdom, Thoth was supposed to possess knowledge of magic and mysteries unknown to the other gods. In underworld scenes illustrating the judgment endured by the departed after their deaths, Thoth is represented as weighing the hearts of the deceased and presenting the verdict to Osiris, the god of the dead. 10. Bastet. In her earliest portrayals, the cat goddess Bastet appeared as a lady with the head of a lion or wild cat. However, by the 1st century BCE, she assumed the milder shape of a domestic cat. In later centuries, Bastet was sometimes represented as a stately, sitting cat, perhaps equipped with earrings or nose rings. During the Ptolemaic period, she became connected with the Greek goddess Artemis, tying her to the roles of a heavenly hunter and moon deity. 11th Amon. Before reaching national popularity during the New Kingdom, circa 1539 to 1292 BCE, Amon was a local god worshipped in Thebes. As a deity of the air, his name presumably meant the Hidden One. He was often represented as a man wearing a towering crown with 2 vertical plumes, and his holy animals were the ram and the geese. Amon's ascension to prominence began when the kings of Thebes destroyed the Hyksos and established local authority in Egypt. Edited with their triumph, he fused with the sun, god Re, to become Amon-Re, the most powerful deity of the Period. Oday, the massive temple complex dedicated to Amon-Re at Karnak, remains one of Egypt's most visited historical monuments. Even though centuries have gone, the voices of these gods still remain in the ruins of temples and the murmurs of old books. Were these deities simply myths, or was there anything more to their power? The secrets of ancient Egypt continue to enchant the globe. If you want to unearth more hidden truths of history, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned.